Okay, good morning. Good morning, everybody. So it's a nice day today. After a nice break, we are again here with the virtual means. We are in a series of presentation, and in our last discussion, we discussed about the diabetes, dengue fever. We discussed about lots of other disease, and it was splendidly presented by Nikista Maharjan. And today we are carrying on that task, and today we'll be talking about STD. STD or STI, sexually transmitted disease, sexually transmitted infection, is somehow synonymously used as venereal disease. And to talk on this topic, we do have Isa today. Isa results will be talking on this topic. We do have the first disease AIDS, and then we do have syphilis, and then gonorrhea, and then sangroid. We'll terminating through the sangroid. So without any delay, I guess Sudeep and Shobha, they are in the waiting list. Let me admit them. And without any delay, I would like to proceed ahead. And okay, first I will be permitting for the share of the screen. Uh, okay, Isa, if you can share the things, you can begin the things. Isa, we are not audible. We are not audible, Isa. Is it any network problem or audio problem?
Sir, is it clear?
Now it is audible.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it has been showing. Isa result has started screen saying, but mm, might be due to the regions my internet is stable. Rest of the are you able to visualize that screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Isa. Now we can see.
So, may I start?
Yes, we can start, Isa.
So, a warm good morning to everyone, and I'm here to start my presentation. So, you all are welcome in my presentation. Let's get started. So, my topic for the presentation is STDs, that is sexually transmitted diseases, or STIs, that is sexually transmitted infections. So, table of the content. Here we are going to discuss about HIV/AIDS. HIV whose causative agent is HIV virus or a retrovirus. Similarly, syphilis whose causative agent is Treponema pallidum, and gonorrhea whose causative agent is Neisseria gonorrhea, and a sanchroid whose causative agent is Haemophilus ducrei. So, what is STIs? Sexually transmitted diseases or sexually transmitted infections are the infections that are passed from a person to person through a sexual contact. That means sharing of the contaminated vaginal or the penile fluid. The contact is usually a vaginal, oral, or anal sex, but sometimes they can spread through other intimate physical contacts. This is because some of the STDs like herpes, HIV are spread by skin to skin contact. So it means STIs infections are those type of infections that are mainly caused due to the unprotected sexual contact. So in the STIs, we are going to discuss about first topic, that is HIV/AIDS. So introduction. HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, is a sexually transmitted disease which is caused by HIV virus that attacks and destroys a type of WBC, that is called CD4 positive T lymphocytes. So this HIV/AIDS is also called a silent epidemic because it has a very long incubation period, meaning that a person can be infected for many years without showing any symptoms. That means a person, though is infected by HIV virus, he or she can live a normal life without showing any kind of symptoms. So HIV epidemic is largely concentrated among the intravenous drugs users, sex workers, male labor migrants, and transgenders. First case of AIDS was found in USA in 1981 AD. Similarly, first case of AIDS in Nepal was identified in 1988 AD. So, pathogenesis of HIV virus. It means how the virus enters into our host cell and how it starts the infections. So every virus contains a different cell molecules and their own structures. HIV virus also have a two marker molecules, that is GP, glycoprotein 41, and a GP 120. So before starting the infection, virus always search for a receptor molecules where the virus binds and survives. CD4 positive T lymphocytes, which is associated with a marker molecule of GP41 and GP120, interact with each other and a virus causes the infection. So in short, we can know that the pathogenesis of the HIV virus is simply that is the association between a marker molecule of GP41 and GP120 of and the marker molecule of human, that is CD4 positive T lymphocytes, that finally causes a HIV infection. So the question arises, why HIV is only transmitted or infected only to the human beings. So since the human beings only have a CD4 positive T lymphocytes, so that the marker molecule of HIV virus, that is GP41 and GP120, easily associate with a CD4 positive T cell. So the next question also may arise, why the mosquito bite does not transmit a HIV virus, or is the mosquito bite is a vector for HIV infection? So the question is, the answer is no. The mosquito bite does not transmit HIV infections to the humans or HIV virus to the human, because mosquito lacks the receptor molecules where the HIV virus get a lodgement. So the virus just gets broken down and digested into the mosquito stomach. Since the GP41 and GP120 will not get CD4 positive T lymphocytes where the virus can bind in the mosquito's body. Stage of HIV infection. Generally, there are three stages of HIV infections, that is window period, HIV positive, and AIDS. So we are going to discuss detail about these three stages. First is the window period. Window period refers to the time period when the blood test produces HIV negative result, but the person is already invaded by HIV virus. So, as the blood test produces HIV negative result, but the infected person may transmit a disease to another person. So this stage is also known as a carrier stage. This period lasts for 3 weeks to 12 months. So window period generally refers to the period when we go for a test, but the result shows HIV negative. So why, the question arises, why before 6 months the HIV virus is not detected, or the blood test produces HIV negative result, though we are already invaded by HIV virus. So generally, HIV virus is detected by RT method. In this test, the antigen of the virus and antibody present in our body is tested. So when the virus enters into our body takes 6 months after the invasion of virus to produce the antibodies. So this is the why HIV virus is not detected before 6 months. So when we go for a test, antigen of the virus and antibody that is produced in our body is tested. So this is the reason why we cannot get the HIV positive result before the 6 month, though we are already invaded by HIV virus. So next one is HIV positive stage, and this is the second stage. So the period in which the infected person gets HIV positive result through the blood test and the antibody is already produced by the human body is known as a HIV positive stage. So we can we have a HIV positive. It means that our body has already produced the antibody against the antigen of the HIV virus. So this period lasts for 5 years to maximum 17 years without showing any symptoms. In this stage, the CD4 positive T cell is more than 200 cell cubic mm of the blood. So the antiretroviral drugs strengthen the period of HIV, which results a persons to have a near normal life before the AIDS. Next is AIDS. AIDS is the final stage of HIV infection or the last stage of HIV infection, which stands for acquired immunodeficiency virus or a sorry syndrome. So it is a stage when a person's CD4 T cell counts fall below 200 cell per cubic mm, and the opportunistic infection like TB, syphilis, persistent diarrhea, or a Kaposis is seen. So it means by a counter machine uh, when we measure the uh, number of the CD4 T cells, it falls below the 200 cell per cubic mm, then we can finalize that we are in the last stage of HIV infection. Not only that, the different type of other infection, if the person is invasion by other infections, then we can also conclude that a person is in the last stage of HIV infection. So in this stage, there is a serious damage in a person's immune cell. So once the HIV develops into the AIDS, the patient life expectancy drops exponentially. So what are OIS and what are opportunistic infections? So opportunistic infections are those type of infections that are more frequently and are more severe in the people with a weakened immune system, including the people with HIV. Opportunistic infection means they take the advantages of the weaker immune system of someone with the HIV. So we can say that the opportunistic infections are those type of infections in which in which this type of infection takes the advantages of the HIV people, since they have a very weaker immune system. Why they have a weaker immune system? Because their CD4 T cell is falling down day by day. So when a person with a HIV gets a certain infection called OIS and finally gets a more serious stage, that is AIDS, which can even lead to death. So there are different types of opportunistic infections that are meninges, brain abscess, trust, liver and spleen enlargement, herpes zoster, mouth ulcer, Kaposi sarcoma, tuberculosis, diarrhea, pneumonia, ear leukoplegia, hairy leukoplegia. So modes of transmission. So what are the modes or method means by which HIV is transmitted from a person to person? So this disease is mainly transmitted through the sexual contact with a HIV person, transfusion of contaminated blood and blood products, reusing or sharing of the infected needles, mother to the child, vertical transmission, or transplacental transmission. So HIV virus is not transmitted through touching, through the fluid, food, with a kiss, insect bites, or in a pill. This type of by doing these activities or actions, this HIV virus is not transmitted. So symptoms. The symptoms of HIV and AIDS can be classified or categorized into two major symptoms and a minor symptoms. So minor symptoms: inflammation of the lymph nodes, liver or a spleen, flu-like symptoms, persistent cough for more than 1 month, night sweats and a sore throat, recurrent upper respiratory tract infections, frequent occurrence of a herpes zoster. Herpes zoster is also a type of STDs that is caused by herpes virus, and occasional fever, skin rashes and a nail infection, feeling of tiredness. So in the major symptoms, we can notice that loss of weight for more than 10% of the body weight, continuous fever for more than 1 month, continuous diarrhea for more than 1 month, being tired all the time, abnormal discomfort, headache, opportunistic diseases of various kinds. So as I have discussed in the stage 2 that in the HIV positive stage that the antiretroviral drugs strengthen the life of patient. So how the antiretroviral drugs or antiretroviral therapy strengthen the life of the patient. So virus keeps on multiplying at a very fast rate. Virus takes the protein of our body to replicate. So when the HIV infected person uses ART, then it partially destroys the protein molecules such that the virus replicates in the slow rate. This results the less number of HIV virus and a less invasion of CD4 T cell, which strengthen the HIV stage and patient can live a normal life before AIDS. It saves or strengthens the life of the patient, but it does not cure the HIV. So when a person is taking a ART method or antiretroviral drugs, then the multiplication of the HIV virus is slower down, so that less number of the CD4 T cell is invasion, so that a person can live a normal life before the AIDS. So here is the differences between a uh, HIV and a AIDS. So HIV stands for human immunodeficiency, which leads to infection, whereas the AIDS is a acquired immunodeficiency, which leads to damage to the immune system. HIV, a person can have a HIV without getting a AIDS, but in contrast, anyone who has a HIV definitely has the AIDS. HIV can be diagnosed with a simple test. If a person with HIV, your immune system produces antibodies against the virus. These antibodies can be detected by the blood or saliva test, but its diagnosis is bit more complex. Diagnosing the HIV involves a count of CD4 cells, but since it is the final stage of HIV, it can go undiagnosed until it is too late. So HIV does not always produces obvious symptoms. Even when they manifest the symptoms flu-like, and immune system manages to keep them in a control for a certain period. Similarly, in the case of AIDS manifests several numerous symptoms. Once the person progresses to the final stage, the patient will experience many symptoms of the condition. So life expectancy of an AIDS patient have increased with the medical progress in the recent time, as I have already discussed through the antiretroviral drugs even. So once the HIV develops into the AIDS, the patient life expectancy drops exponentially, because it is difficult to repair the damage done to the immune system by this point. So reasons of prevalence of HIV/AIDS in Nepal. So Nepal is also the country, underdeveloped country, where the prevalence of HIV/AIDS is very high. So the reasons of prevalence of these disease is are living under a line of poverty, such that people or a Nepalese youth go for foreign countries, including India, for their employment. In the case of the employment, in the or the time period when they stay long outside, there they can establish unsexual or unprotected relationships with many of the sex partners, such that when they come back to the Nepal, then they can transmit the HIV/AIDS to their spouses too. So next is a human trafficking from Nepal, sex trade in the rural and urban areas, ignorance about sex education. So in Nepal, there is the people are not so open about the sex education, sexuality, and their problems which may arise. So in this case also, many of the people are not open up to share about their problem if they are infected with So this is how we have completed our topic HIV and AIDS. So let's go to our
Okay,
syphilis.
Isa, okay. So I'll request you will stop this presentation here only. Syphilis, gonorrhea, and chancroid will be talking later. I guess we do have only 10 minutes to wrap up the discussion. So I'll request you to halt your presentation for today. Tomorrow we'll be talking about syphilis, gonorrhea, and chancroid in more detailed manner. And I have to thank you, Isa. It was a very decent presentation skill. And what I liked the most was the fact frequently asked question. Everything was well decorated, and then presentation was absolute. So thank you absolutely. Thank you very much, Isa. We'll be discussing about it. We'll be having some exaggerated question answers for these things in the next sessions. For right now, I'm stopping this recording. Is now we'll be more informal in the class. Thank you everybody.
Welcome, sir.